What is going on, Alpha Hunter? So, but all of you people are doing great today. Looking at the Qs here, Qs have been getting slaughtered. SPY, yeah, not really seeing any good pause spots, except for maybe about 20, 25 minutes ago or so. But we'll look at some things over the next hour, kind of get an idea of what is really kind of going on. Um, we were kind of talking about this past couple of days. As you definitely look at the VIX, the VIX got real complacent coming out of last Tuesday's gap up from the CPI data. We saw the market selling off a lot, and the VIX just kind of kept rolling down, just kept coming down. And I was really curious to see if we were going to keep going bullish on the market, and the VIX was going to come down to snag this low, but obviously that is not going to happen now. So yeah, seeing the people finally taking some of the selling that we've been seeing over the past week and a half seriously. A lot of put buying today, as you can tell with the VIX spiking 18%. Whew, that is a move today. IYT transports dropping, like everything's dropping. So I mean, it's just gonna be a common theme. Everything's dropping. Equal weighted S&P 500 dropping 2.6%. The SPY is actually down roughly 8%. Qs are down 3.75%. So yeah, we're seeing some pretty good selling out there. The area that's probably getting hit the most, if we want to just talk about this, is going to be where Micron sits. Micron had earnings yesterday, and let me see if they actually took out that low. So that low from September 23rd was 48.45. Today's range, we got 2 pennies below it. We got 2 pennies below it today. So yeah, Micron. I'm gonna look at that. How you doing, Rose? How you doing today? Micron definitely snagged that low right here, and yeah, it hasn't really gotten broken, you uh, I guess taken off after snagging that low. It's just kind of floating down there on those levels. So I would say if it just did it, we might see some buying kind of come in and push it up. But the fact that it happened almost an hour and a half ago, I would say that it probably eventually breaks that down. Um, Rose, I got a question for you. You had a put position on a semiconductor stock. I forget the semiconductor stock. And have you adjusted that position yet? Have you messed around with that position at all? Closed it out or done anything? Um, AMD, obviously AMD looking really good there. Nike, Nike's probably not going to wind up winning. They wind up gapping down today. Kind of surprised by that. After they were up roughly 12% yesterday on the gap up. Closing up 12% yesterday. So that's real interesting. Usually you see some kind of follow through, but they did get positive. Nearly all other stocks today have not gotten even anywhere close to positive. Netflix is still hanging on pretty good. Kind of interesting why this thing's holding on pretty good. AAPL kind of back down to those Monday lows. No, SMH feeling better about it today. Yeah, okay. From cost, hold or sell. So this is what I would say. I would say sell it. I would say sell it right now. I would say let's reposition this trade. I like the idea. I like your direction. I just don't like your time. This is the main issue I have. Right, your time target for January. Like, take the opportunity of what the market's giving you today, because you're getting a spike in volatility, which is increasing obviously increasing your value in those options. So that's fantastic. I would take it off the table. I would look to reposition. Okay, and I don't go back and buy more puts right now. Um, we might see continuation selling tomorrow, possibly. I mean, the market down, 2 to 3%, and SMH down 5.5%. There's gonna be some continuation, so you can maybe even get out tomorrow, but you are definitely getting that uptick in volatility as well, and you can obviously very clearly see that here at the VIX. The VIX has spiked very highly today, so uh, it is fantastic. So I like the idea of the trade. I do. I think the market. When I was seeing this market roll off today, I was immediately thinking of your position and how much of an opportunity this is to reposition. Um, I think we're going to get in here and go really choppy sideways on the market. I don't know how much SMH's semiconductors are really just going to fall off here. Continue this trend. It doesn't normally happen, right? That's a steep trend. Like even back here, that this trend was not as bad, right? LRCX. What's going on with LRCX? Holy Nike Lamb Research. Wow. Look at what happened, right? I don't know if we talked about this the other day. I know we were looking through a lot of semiconductors yesterday or the day before. But downtrend, you had a supportive downtrend, right? You have a downtrend, but it's just bouncing on that downtrend, and then it finally snapped that neck here and died. So that's what happens when you snap a neck, right? But yeah, that's looking pretty rough. I would definitely wait for some bullish days to come in. Bullish days as in multiple on anything semiconductors, and then go out to like March, April on some options or something like that. That's what I would look to do if you were gonna like reposition. Um, Nvidia's getting crushed today, also down 9%. It finally, it was breaking through some of this uptrending area over the past 3-4 trading days, and really kind of did and retested this uptrend yesterday, right? Where you had this uptrend over the previous few weeks. It broke through that on Monday, came down, retested into kind of a previous support level, and then bounced, hit the bottom of that uptrend kind of yesterday, roughly, and then immediately, obviously, of rejecting, breaking below a lot of weekly lows today. This is a big deal on Nvidia. I'll sell, close the XLK puts. I'd also bought that are now profitable. Yeah, I get you. Yeah, today is not the day to be buying puts. Definitely today is the day to sell options, close out gains, and uh, reposition sometime in the future. But I wouldn't. I wouldn't reposition today. Just close out what you got. Because the AMD stuff, that I snagged up yesterday, I was like, this morning when I was looking at it, I was like, I saw this bounce coming in. I was like, do I hold this to Friday or I close it out now? And I was like, you know what? There is nothing in the marketplace that was saying like AMD is going to continue to bounce, and the market is not. So the market just kept rolling over, and I'm just like, nah, I'll be cool with AMD. It's just going to keep getting pushed down. So I'm not too worried about it. And I don't see it bouncing roughly 4%. It'd have to bounce roughly 4% by tomorrow's close. Between now and tomorrow's close, I don't see that happening. Nike though, Nike. I thought about closing this out actually earlier. What's its value at? What's going on, Dad? How you doing, brother? Nike. Um, Let me see if I was to close out Nike, if I can get anything out of this. Nah, I'm not worried about that. I'll just leave Nike. I'll just leave Nike for the day till it closes tomorrow. If it winds up popping tomorrow, then cool. But I'm not too worried about that. Netflix is really weird, man. I'm surprised how strong this thing has been over the past about 5 trading sessions. It's been really weird. I also saw your post in the Discords, Rose. I saw that. I actually just got done watching your uh, the sex toy market thing. I just watched that just before I got on. That was actually kind of interesting, I guess. Um, how taboo it is. It's always taboo, right? It's always been taboo to talk about anything to do with sex in public because religion apparently runs this country for whatever reason. But hey, it's okay. Long term ideas. I didn't watch this. I saw this just before I got on, but this Netflix. This is what I want to mention real quick. So this Netflix originals now make up 50% of overall U.S. library. This, yeah, very conservative country. Old school people and old school habits. Um, I didn't read this article. Let me see if I can bring it over. See if I can skim through it real quick. But the thing about Netflix isn't that they have a lack of content. They have a lot of content. It's just a lot of garbage stuff, right? Whenever they make new content, like nobody wants to see like they count content in there like they made probably originals of like a dude on a toilet seat. And it's like, dude, okay, like that's a Netflix originals, but it doesn't bring actual value, right? And the other thing is a lot of things that have been hits, they don't re up them. Like I don't know what their longest, like how many years their best Netflix originals went, but I couldn't say it was probably longer than 3 years. Now I'm not totally sure on that, but they yeah, it's like they run stuff for maybe like their best stuff maybe has like 2 or 3 years, and then they just axe it. They just axe it. It's like they don't build up longer term that emotional connection between the customer or the viewer and the program, right? They don't do that. Like my parents have been watching NCIS, the original one, since it came out like in '02, like '02 or '03 or '04, whatever it was. Every Tuesday, man, they watch the new one, and it's changed main characters and stuff. So yeah, this is something like they have a real problem with it, and they need a really trying to see if like they really talk about content in here. See if like they had the longest running content in here, but they really kind of don't. Okay, it's not a big deal. It's just I saw that headline and I was just like, it doesn't like I don't know. They just have like a lot of really weird one off stuff. I've heard people say that, and it's like, but like the stuff that people really do like watching. I hear like Orange is the New Black. I think they had that, and it's like they don't even run that anymore. And like that was talked about a lot. What was that last year or the year before? And it's like, well, what happened to that? Like, like I don't watch content. Like I don't watch TV shows and stuff. By the way, I did watch. I think episodes 6 and 7 last night of The Peripheral. I think it was 6 and 7. Maybe it was 5 and 6. I don't know. I got 2 more to watch before I catch up on that. I might try to do that tonight or tomorrow. I don't know. But yeah, that's been pretty good. Yeah, lots of garbage original content drove me away. Yeah, that's the problem, right? They don't keep their good content going. They don't develop that long relationship of watchers. And they don't have a legacy, like Disney character cast of people tying their like youthfulness into their content. So they don't have that, and it's like every time they make a new hit, well, they get rid of it. They stop making it. And it's like, what are y'all doing? Like this is your problem. Find a good hit and just keep going with it. It's hard to come up with good ideas. And think about that. 50%. Oh, come on now. Don't spoil that. Not as good. So you're saying it's not like a good cliff? It's not like a good hook for next season? Is that what you're saying? Bummer. It's a bummer. They've been doing, yeah, yeah, low expectations might help, yeah. But the thing, the thing with Peripheral, man, they've been really good at the end of every episode to get you hooked for the next episode. So it's kind of interesting. You say like the seasonal end is not the strongest. Just gonna run through some of these. Apron. Oh my goodness, might make a comeback. I doubt it. I seriously doubt it. Dude, if you want to take a shot on some apron options, they would be so cheap down here. I mean, you know what? I might look to do that. I might I might look at this. I'm gonna look at this just real quick. I just want to see what they're priced at. APRN has weekly options for 6 weeks out. That is freaking nuts, man. Uh, January 25 options. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna do this. January 25 options at the at the 1 point level, you can get them for like 60 cents. So like if this thing just spikes anytime in the next year, you'd have a pretty good winner. I Yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna buy a large position. I'm just gonna buy some for 2025. If they get a spike, they get a spike. I'm not it is it is crazy. I mean, absolutely crazy. Just how cheap they are, right? Just how cheap they are. All right, cool, whatever. I snagged some. I don't even know what strike I bought. I think it was the 150 APRN. Where you at? Where you at, APRN? APRN, the 150 call for 2025. I got those for 53 cents. Jeez. It's just so cheap, man. Just so cheap down here. And I don't know how much short interest do they have. Ooh, let's go check that actually. Finviz. And we'll get to looking around the market. We're going to get to looking around the market. Uh, Short float. 13%. It's not. Shares. Okay. Short float is 52%. Okay, I dig it even more now. Yeah, I'm cool with that. You might see a short squeeze out of this thing up to like $4 or $5. All right. Anyways, it doesn't matter. I wouldn't advise anybody to do that if you're just very small position on that one. So if it pops, and I'll just take the profit. I'll probably close out the 24 and 25s. All right. Anyways, back to actually looking at the market. So the VIX definitely having a very nice bounce day today. Um, Past even last Friday, in the market outlook, and even early this week, I was kind of talking about how complacent the marketplace was getting with the selling that we saw from last Tuesday's high on that gap up all the way down. I mean, all the way down. The VIX just traded lower, came down. Wasn't really respecting the fact that we went through some major zones, and then a little bit of a rally yesterday, and we saw the VIX drop off, just absolutely drop off, and it was one that I kind of thought we might just see a little bit of not bearishness, a little bit of bullishness come in on the market over the next, I don't know, 3-4 days, as a lot of people are on holiday, not much going on, and you see the VIX just kind of steadily just roll over down, take this level out. Obviously, that's not going to happen now with today's big spike and the market drop off. So I like it. I mean, I like the price action. I do want to see a little bit more sideways consolidation, and we're probably going to start to see that because this is a pretty good drop. And if we do go back and look at, I'm gonna go back and look at that spot in 2001, just because it's a very good spot to look at. This, I'm on the Qs. Let me go to the SPY. There we go. What year is this looking at? Jesus. Sorry. Thought I was on the SPY. So what's really interesting with the SPY back in that time is you had a pretty good strong sell-off. You had a pretty quick rally, then you had another strong sell-off, and then it got choppy and just kind of kept breaking down slowly and slowly. This is one reason why we had about 4 days here of bullish activity back in that time period. I really thought we would see a little bit more follow through in the bullish direction for the previous couple days. I really thought we'd see what the bullish activity we saw yesterday. I thought it would kind of carry over to today and tomorrow, maybe Monday of next week, or not Monday next week, Tuesday of next week. There is no Monday trading. But this was a little 3% rally, and we saw, the SPY was up about 2% yesterday at some point. The Qs were up roughly 3% yesterday. So maybe that was the quick rally that we saw yesterday, and then we just rolled back over for a few days here, and then start to go choppy. Really, you want to see this kind of setup come in. You want to start to see the choppiness kind of come in and slowly break down. So this hopefully I'm not gonna say hopefully, but I don't want to just go smash down super quick back down to these lows here over the next 2-3 weeks. If we continue on this pace, we'll be down there in 2-3 weeks. I don't want to see that. I don't think we will see that either, because we do have some pretty good support levels in here. Let's see where we at now. 376 or so. So we got to 375. We didn't quite get down to this low, but if we get down to this low right here that we had back on November 3rd, this little doji candle, I'd imagine there's going to be some buyers sitting there. It's also around the 370 level. That's going to be the upper end of also this blue box zone. I can go ahead and get rid of this blue box zone. So I'd imagine there's going to be a lot of buyers probably sitting in here, and we might start to just get into here relatively soon, maybe early this next week. And this is where we start to get some choppiness going into the future, going into January and February, and we kind of start to slowly chop down through this as we possibly get into February. But once we if we do that, slowly chop down through that zone and get back below 360 is going to be very important. If we get back below there, I would imagine we start to really see the ramp up in selling come in. So that's kind of what I would like to see. I don't want to see us just drop off here, because if we just drop off, go take out this low, there's going to be a lot of exhaustion in the bearish direction, and we might just see bulls come in somewhere, and that could happen really anywhere. So that's just kind of what I'm thinking. But hopefully we just kind of settle out here a little bit. And if we do start to do that sideways consolidation, you pick one of those times where we're doing a sideways consolidation, slow breakdown. You pick those times where you get a little bit of a pop on the market. That's where you enter bearish. So, yeah, if you're not already in, I would definitely say wait. Today is not the day to enter bearish at all. Today's the day to kind of take it off. Look to reposition going forward and see how things kind of play out. All right, let's take a look, see what's going on with sector performance. XLK, man, that is awesome. XLK, yeah, you said you were taking some profits on XLK. I think is what I saw. I did see that, right? I'm not making that up. Yeah, I'll sell closed XLK puts. I'd also bought that are now profit. Yeah, that'd be smart. You're just getting a lot of volatility spikes coming in the market today, so those are also helping increase the value of puts, just options in general, really, really pretty quick. I didn't really think we would sell off like this today. I really kind of thought we would chop a little bit more bullish up into the bottoms of these zones that we had formed over the previous few weeks at the end of November and beginning of December. But man, it's that this is a really hard one to overturn because we saw a little bit of a bounce and then we saw immediate rejection off these moving averages. I don't know if we get back up to that level now anymore, especially looking at the market. But I do think agree Tesla sold in. Oh, sold in 65. Oh, could end up for the 60 after dead count. Tesla needs to get in there, consolidate, man. I saw this earlier. Mostly I saw it because of this heat map. 9.9% down. Do you remember how large this consumer durables section was? And it was all because of Tesla, right? It was all because of Tesla. This thing was huge. This thing used to be as big as it was like over here. It almost used to be as big as Energies, but man, has that thing fallen off so bad. Now it's over here with like industrials and distributors. It's like, this thing has fallen off big time, and it's been pretty rapid. It's all been because of that Tesla. This is what happens when you break momentum, right? On those huge high running stocks. Elon's ego cut down to size a bit longer. Yeah, dude. Successful people, the people that get that successful, they have massive egos. They think they can't do anything wrong. But I saw somebody say if this thing gets under 125, that it is a massive buy. That is not a massive buy at 125. The massive buy is at 65. And I would completely agree. If this thing winds up getting back down to like 30, I mean that's a slam dunk. You probably just put your entire portfolio into this, but well, it probably just depends on what the business looks like, yeah. But yes, I mean 65 is it's gonna freak people out. I don't think it's gonna get there anytime soon. I think it's gonna get in here, chop around for a bit. Maybe the second half of 2023 it might make a run back down here. It gets down there. But I ain't taking no position on this thing right now. I mean, look at that thing. This thing's in a free fall. You can't do anything with that. It's already moved. You can try to beat counter trend, but people that go counter trend more often than not get hurt. Yeah, $7,500 off the cost of cars. I saw that. Yeah. A lot of that has to do with they have subscription plans on cars, right? So if they can get more people into cars, it's more subscription money every month. Heard you say look at repossessions. I heard you say look to repossessions. You can take some gains. Oh, not on the spy. Not on the spy. So Dad, you missed yesterday. So Rose and myself, we had a very nice campfire talk yesterday about SMH. We were talking about this yesterday, and Rose just had June options out here. Basically this area 175 June options, and so we just kind of went through some things, and you just look at the trend line that we have going already, and this is the trend line that you need to hold for your options to be profitable, right? So today was a good day for those people that have that are just positioned very short timed to just kind of say, hey, I'm going to take some gains. I'm going to reposition maybe at some higher levels, but go farther out in time. Just go farther out in time. I get it. They're more expensive, but you don't want to lose money. That's what you don't want to lose, right? You don't want to lose money. I don't care that you can't buy 10 contracts. I'd rather not lose money. If you can buy 2 contracts and you make money rather than lose money over that period of time, then hey, we're making money. We want to make money. We don't want to lose money. And number one rule is investing: don't lose money. What's rule number two? Don't forget rule number one. So don't lose money. Theta is going to really start to kick in here over the next 3 weeks for these. So if SMH and the market continues to sell off at that clip, first off, that would be crazy historic level sell off. I mean, crazy. That would almost be up there with probably the COVID crash. So I would not count on that. Right? We had COVID to crash the market that much. So don't count on that. So yeah, that's what we were talking about repositioning. Is kind of take this off and look to probably reposition later. I wouldn't do it today. Look for a day where volatility drops off. We see some bullishness kind of come in on the market, that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's what we're talking about. That. Yeah, no, today's a good day to take some profit if you're on like shorter term bearish positions. If you're on shorter term bearish positions, today's a really good day. Take it off the table, and yeah, reposition in the future. By the way, Bud equals dude. What? Am I missing a joke? Bud equals dude. Did you call me Bud somewhere and I missed it? Oh, did I? Did I say lady? My bad. No, you're good. My bad. I get you. I get what you're saying now, sir. All right, I get you. Rose, dude. Yes, I get it now. Fine. I'll just call you dude from now on. I'll just call you dude, bro. How about that? I'll just call you dude, bro. That way I don't get confused. Awesome. XLRE. All right, I'm gonna run through these sectors real quick to see what is not working. I already know what's not gonna be working. The XLC down 2%. XLP consumer staples not even down 1% right now. That XLV. These two are the only two. So the XLP, XLV are the only two that are not down 1% or more. So yeah, market super defensive today. XLY, look at that fall off on the XLY. Wow, that is a fall off. And then XLE. Oh, energies are getting hit pretty good today. What else is down? So there's three things that are down 3%. Discretionaries, energies are getting hit. I was really liking the bearish play on energies. And then XLK getting hit pretty good today. Yeah, really good day to reposition on XLK as well, or at least take profits. Reposition here in maybe a couple of weeks or so. Yeah. And then most of everything else is down somewhere between like 1.5 to somewhere in the 2% area. XLC not breaking Mondays. It did break Monday's low. And then financials, how the financials doing? Not breaking the low from Monday either. Industrials, new weekly low today on industrials. It's kind of interesting. XLB, they are below their weekly low or previous weekly low. Real estate kind of back down there. Utilities, yeah, kind of back down there. Okay, yeah, risk off day definitely. XLY rolling over pretty good. Sorry, the relationship XLY XLP rolling over pretty good, which means growth should be. So growth stocks, I like this having a slow turn lower, but discretionary is done. Discretionary is super broken. Mid caps holding in pretty good, down 2.2%. Small caps are down 2.3%. And then the S&P 500, down 2.2%. So yeah, mid caps are actually doing pretty good today. Qs, Qs, man, tech is absolutely getting obliterated. All right. I want to see if we can find some green out there. Any green. Nike's a little green. Yeah, Tesla's getting hit the hardest. What is this? A mat. Rosebud, I appreciate you clarifying which bathroom stall you use. I'm keeping my eye on the MACD divergence on the 200-week SMA from June to October lows. Are you talking about on the SPY? Yeah, AMAT. So look at this. We were looking at this a couple weeks back, right? This massive pennant pattern. Okay, I'll take a look at that here in just a sec. Massive pennant, kind of just triangle pattern coming in. Look at this false breakout of the pennant pattern, getting above even that high that I had back in mid-November. That last Tuesday gap up, and then has just absolutely gotten obliterated ever since then. Wow. Okay, I can definitely get rid of these. Yeah, that is some selling coming in on AMAT today. What about CAT? CAT's looking, dude. CAT's still holding in there. I mean, today's down 2.7%, but I mean that looks like a pretty healthy chart. Obviously, maybe a little bit of a false breakout yesterday, coming back down. We'll have to see what kind of the next couple of days look like. DE's not looking too bad at 1.7%. Yeah, I mean they look good though. I mean they're gonna get caught up in selling. Yeah, sure, but man, they look pretty good. They look pretty good. Honeywell doesn't look awful either. Man, all right, let's go take a look at this SPY. All right, so keep an eye on the MACD divergence. Let me get the MACDs on here. MACD divergence on the 200-week SMA 200-week. So weekly. Yeah, from June to October lows. June. You said June lows. Okay, June lows, October lows. Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Lower low here, but you got a higher move here on the MACD. I get you. Yeah. Yeah, there's also a pretty good divergence here on the downtrend, right? You had a downtrend as well, basically a continuation of basically that yearly downtrend, and then you had a higher high here recently on the MACD, and even the stochastics. I mean, look at that stochastics move right here, right? So you had that little pop, that high that we had back in August, and then the recent high that we put in, and you very clearly see the stochastics got into a much higher elevated level than the MACD did. The MACD made a little bit of a higher high, but not huge. But man, that is, clear downtrend with a higher high there on stochastics and MACD. Mayfell just watching, posted the MS video. Wilson thinks October lows will get defended at the 200-week. Simple moving average. Yep, I could agree with that. He's been on it. Him and I. Not to say I know the guy. Not to say I follow the guy, or I'm better than him, or he's better than me. But him and I have been pretty on it about kind of like similar moves in the marketplace. That's kind of interesting. I might just need to start to follow the guy whenever he talks about stuff, because he's been on it, and it's been kind of like one of those reassuring things when I come out with something and he's like, Yeah, I also see this happening. I'm like, yeah, cool, sweet. I got nothing to worry about. This guy, like he knows his stuff. So I don't know. It's been kind of interesting about that. But yeah, I let me get rid of the MACD and stochastics here. So I would agree. So and this is kind of one of those things I was talking about, right? We were just kind of talking about this getting down into this zone between about 370 to 360. I think getting down here and starting to chop sideways and slowly break down through here in June and Feb. And once we kind of do get through there through Feb and we get back below the 360 level, that is where I think we'll start to really see the selling come in. I do think that this zone is going to be very difficult for the market. It's not going to just go slice right through it. But yeah, 200 moving average is right in the middle there. It's right at, what is this number over here on the side? 265.49. So it's like halfway through the 260, 270 zone. 200 simple moving average is a little lower than EMA. I'm the 200. I have the 100, 200. My 100 and 200 are the moving average. They're the simples. They're not the EMAs. Oh, it is. I have the simples on here. I don't have the long term stuff. I don't have as the EMAs. My shorter term ones, the 10, the 20, and the 50, I have here. They are the EMAs. I don't know if you can see that, but over here, the 10, 20, and 50, they are EMAs. But the 100 and 200, they're just the basic simple moving averages. Yeah. So yeah, yeah, I would definitely. I mean, we just need to see the market kind of slow up a little bit, and I want to see what buyers start to do. If they don't, yeah, I mean, I'm glad we're selling down because the lower we get before we start to get choppy and into some of these levels, the better and easier it will be later on to kind of get through them. Like if we started to see buyers like really push in the market, like up at these higher level, like 380 to 390, like we went right through 390. I was really kind of shocked that we didn't. I mean, we paused there for like a day. Like I think we sold down to it. Yeah, we sold down to it. And we kind of ended the day right on it. But then the next day we went right through it. Right, we gapped down right below it. We do actually have a little bit of an open gap here. And I know a lot of people talk about gaps and stuff. The main thing about gaps, in my experience, bearishly, you don't need to fill gaps. So when you get open gaps in the bearish direction, do not think you actually have to fill these before you move back bearish. Not to say the market's not going to try to do it. I'm not going to say that. I'm sure the market will try to do it. Uh, Obviously, yesterday it tried to do it, but it didn't quite fill that gap there. But because those gaps will get filled in the next bullish trend, and this is mostly just talking about the general market, right? Not individual stocks. But, this drop probably eliminates chance of Christmas rally. Yeah, I would imagine so. I would agree with you. I don't. I think that just scared. I think that just scared a crap ton of people. Now, people keep changing their timelines. Now, this is one thing that's kind of annoying me. If you do your analysis originally and you say, "Hey, starting this day through the end of the year, we should be rallying," or whatever your analysis is, your timeline is, and you say, "Hey, typically the Christmas rally starts like around the 10th or the 12th, and it goes through the end of the year," and I don't know. I've seen people now say, "Oh, the Christmas rally now usually starts around the 15th or 16th or the 20th," and now they say, "Oh, now it starts after Christmas." And it's like, well, what freaking day are you saying it starts then, dingus? Because you keep changing your time, and it's like, uh, bro, just go back to your original analysis and say, okay, Christmas rally ain't happening. There you go. That's all you need to know, man. I don't know. It's just really annoying when people keep changing and moving the dang goalposts. It's really annoying. Really annoying. Like, bro, if you do your analysis and you're wrong, just admit you're wrong. Like, okay, and it's not that you're wrong. like your the analysis you do works like so many percent of time, right? Like 70 to 80% of the time. It doesn't work every time. Just all right. This time's like that 10 or 20%. It's not. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. You can't control the market. No matter. Trust me. If we could control the market, it wouldn't be hard. We'd be making so much money. AMD. Jeez. Yeah, these are pretty good drops here today. Let's run through all of the semiconductors. Oh my gosh, Intel. And Intel have been weak over the past couple trading sessions. They have been really weak, but dropping 4.5% today. It's still in a long-term buy area. By the way, CCL. So the market is open tomorrow. The market is open tomorrow. It is not open on Monday. Tomorrow is going to be the last trading day until the 27th, which will be Tuesday of next week. Yeah. The way I figured that out, not to say that you can't figure this out, but I actually all I did was look down here at the bottom. Friday, December 23rd is tomorrow. The next day, Tuesday, December 27th. So Monday is not a trading day. That's how I figured that out. Now, if you want to not be a smartass about it, right? We can figure out stock market Christmas 2022. Yeah, that'll work actually. So stock market. Let me see if this will have it. Oh my gosh, I hate these fine prints. Oh, come on. When's the stock market close? Okay, stock market is going to be closed. Observance of Christmas, which occurs Sunday. Yeah, it's usually closed one day, at least one day. This year it's just going to be closed the day after Christmas, December 26th. It doesn't look like we're going to get any half days. Early closures. Okay, here's early closures. We already did it the day before Thanksgiving. It doesn't seem like we're going to have any half days for Christmas this year. Christmas Eve, if Christmas Eve hold up. Bond market early closures day before Christmas Eve. Okay, so bond market. Why is the Okay, so the bond market's actually going to be closing early tomorrow. They're going to be closing early tomorrow. Okay. Typically, if the market is open on Christmas Eve, it is a half day. It's a half day. So, but this year, Christmas Eve's on the weekend, so it's not a big deal. Yeah, there's only a few days out of the year that are half days. Basically, it's Christmas Eve and Thanksgiving Eve. That's it. All right. I'll leave that up for now. It's not a big deal if we have to come back to it. All right. Fidelity and Schwab haven't announced holiday closings, which is unusual. Yeah, that is interesting. There might be. So the stock market's closed. There might be futures and commodity. This is why you don't close stuff. There might be futures and commodities. Bond market. Is that it? So there might be futures and commodities open, which obviously they will have trading. Bond market, early closures, additional bond market holidays. So I don't see anything about the futures market. Block, go away. Let me duplicate this, go back. Stock market. Commodities market. There we go. There is typically the commodities market is always open. There's very few days the commodities market is actually closed. Holiday calendar. Oh my good gosh. Let me see if it just has it. Probably. I can't really understand. I don't even understand all that. What the heck is Republic Day? Never heard of this. Oh, you know what? Tell you what. Let me just type in CME. There you go. Group holiday calendar. Boom. Zoom in. And dude. Alright, whatever. This includes following. Okay. So we'll observe the following holidays in 2022. Trading times and days effect may vary depending on the holiday. Download the existing files to view all altered trading hours. Why do you literally have this in a different file, you schmackos? Alright, hold on. Holiday trading schedule. Alright, here we go. So, holiday hours for Christmas? With no reporting on Monday. Okay, so NYMEX. The CME, okay. So, Sunday, 6 p.m. to Friday. No reporting Thursday. What? Why'd they make it so complicated, man? Both Mondays closed, okay. Alright then, that settles it. Rosebud called it. Rosebud said it. It's done. It's locked. Jesus. Why do they gotta make things so complicated? I don't know, man. I don't know. It is really annoying that they do that stuff. Alright. Seen some pretty good bullishness over the past roughly hour and 15 minutes. Such a large breakdown today. Man, it is such a large... Nike's actually positive on the day. Netflix, I can't believe how strong Netflix has been. It's really kind of a bummer. Apple did not break the weekly lows, but man, it had such a strong day yesterday. Such a strong day yesterday. Still down over 3%. Yeah, I'm kind of hoping Apple just kind of gets in here and just chops sideways and just has like a little descending triangle action in here over the next couple weeks going into early January. And this thing starts to break down the yearly low. Let me, I'm going to actually put this on that bottom. There we go. And then, yeah, if this thing can start to break down before the market does, that would be even better. SPY. I don't want to go like super bullish into that last hour. So hopefully we kind of come back down a little bit as we go into the close. That'd be kind of nice. I don't want to end back up at like 380 or higher. CarMax. All right. KMX. Dang, what a gap down. Whoa, my gosh. What a bunch of buying came in. Did it gap down like around a support level or something? Yeah, kind of that COVID area. Let's see what else is. Oh my gosh. Man, there is so much activity going back for like almost 10. Oh, look at like this little top area back over here. There's just so much activity that CarMax has at that price level for the past 10 years. Yeah, that thing ain't gonna drop much more. Probably does drop some more, but I couldn't imagine it dropping much more. That's a lot of volume coming in today. It's down 5%, and look at how large of a volume candle that is. How large of a gap down was that? It was about a 12.5, 13% gap down there. Yeah, that's a pretty large gap down. Was down around 10%. Yeah, yeah. That's a large gap down. All right, back to looking through all these. Yeah, we looked at Micron, took out that low, took out its yearly low by like 2 pennies, like a few pennies. All right, Intel we saw was rolled over pretty good today. It was weak over the past few trading sessions, so yeah, just kind of continuing. Nvidia we saw, man, just a solid breakdown today on Nvidia. AVGO, AVGO. All right, okay, defying the peers and just kind of holding up. All right, Qualcomm. Yeah, see, we're starting to get into those zones where you're like, we're starting to get back to those buyers that bought down here before. They're starting to get down in those zones where they're doing it again. So hopefully, it just kind of continues to suck those people in, but you continue to make some breakdowns. So that's Qualcomm, Texas Instruments. Okay, Texas Instruments. Yeah, I mean, obviously it broke down its consolidated pattern over the past week, about a little bit over a week ago. What else is out there? Looked at Qualcomm, Cisco. Cisco's holding up pretty good. Okay. All right. I guess that was mostly all of it. All right. I'm gonna look at one stock here. HEI. Man, that thing rallied pretty strong over the 2 previous days. 2.6% up, 2.8% up. I'm gonna look a little more long term. Man, if it comes back down to that 100 moving average, might snag that. It depends how choppy he's gonna be doing it, but my gosh, dude, that thing is just a beast. Oh, you know what? What are the defensive doing? General Dynamics. I'm going to look through these defensive stocks with President Zelensky, whatever, the Ukrainian president talking to Congress here the past. What was it yesterday? Russia saying, "Hey, they want to prolong the war," or U.S. and Ukraine want to prolong the war. It's like, bro, you're the one that started the war, man. All you got to do is leave. It's like that person that says, "Hey, they did it, but you're the one that farted, man." LMT, LMT, Lockheed Martin. Yeah, everything's just getting hit today. All right. What else? NOC, Northrop Grumman, 1.6% down. Yeah, but all these defenses, man, they look really good. They're kind of up at their all-time high area. But they don't, I mean, even that weekly right there, that little upper wick, looks like it's going to roll over here soon. What is is it RTX? Is that Raytheon? I think that's Raytheon. Yeah, I mean they look good. They've been holding up well, but they're probably just due for a bit of a pullback. Yeah, just a bit of a pullback. BA, what's BA up to? BA, man, BA's looking good. Just kind of like slowly burning higher. Yeah, people, this is, man, This is kind of like an industrials. Also, you also throw this in like the industrial areas. Per pure value VTV. VTV. Ooh, man, look at that. Closing below the 200. Below some of these wicks early in the week. Massive lower wick there. So we're just, yeah, we're seeing the market get bought up, which is a real bummer. It is a real bummer. Bummer. But yeah, I mean, it was just, I mean, they sold off so hard today. DIA. Value is the only thing holding market up. Yeah, I kind of can't disagree with that. And that's the thing is like it's so crowded. Like where else do you go? Like tech has been so overvalued, or just really highly valued for I mean years now. So it's going to continue to get devalued. Qs. Yeah, I mean we might see some bullishness come in tomorrow. Maybe towards the end of the day, or end of the day today, if it continues coming higher, we will probably see some bullishness come back in. But what was this close? 374.13. And when our low today was 374.77. So we didn't quite get down to this close that we had back on November 9th. But yeah, when we get to 370 though, man, actually, and we might start to just get in here and slowly chop sideways because this is a big candle. This is a big candle. I don't want to. I honestly, I don't want to see us get back above Thursday's candle, or not Thursday's. I'm thinking today's Friday. I don't want to see us get back above Wednesday's candle. Because now that we made a new breakdown, if we go back and get above that candle, that would be a little bit more of an issue. Since we made a new breakdown today, hopefully we just kind of get in here, go sideways, and chop around for a little bit, and then maybe start to break down a little bit more in January. Hopefully the market's just done, and we just kind of go sideways in here for a few days. Small caps, IJR has been outperforming Qs all year. Yeah, that's because the Qs. I mean, the Qs are. If you look at the Qs compared to pretty much any major average, it's probably one of the worst performing ones. Qs have been slaughtered. Take a look at it though. Qs, IJR Qs, yeah. Yeah, from the beginning of the year, it was down around the 0.29 area, and it's up at the 0.35 area. Got up to 0.36 area, and that's the thing is we haven't even taken out that high. Yeah, we're definitely going to take that out. Let's look a little bit more longer term. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We got so hugely distorted. Hugely distorted, yeah. This thing, Qs are good. Yeah, just stay away from tech. Stay away from tech. Stay away from the Qs. Things need to get a little bit more rebalanced in the marketplace. Be in mid caps, small caps, that kind of stuff. Stay away from things that have like huge exposure to tech. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that looks pretty good. That looks really good. Guys, Alpha Hunters, that'd be it for me today. I don't really know how we end out the day. We saw a lot of selling today. Obviously, we're seeing a lot of buying here over the past 2 hours or so. I could see us kind of slowly burning back in the bullish direction, but I could also see us kind of just slowly chop back down here in the last hour. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Rosebud, those were great sells, right? Over the past hour, we really saw some bullishness come in. So that was a good time to be selling. And yeah, just we'll wait for the reposition. You want to see the market get in and just kind of settle in, like get choppy, start to just be choppy. We just need to see the market get choppy and slowly start to break some things down. And then once you start to see that, look for a little bit of a couple days of bullishness. That's when you re-enter. That's when you'll want to re-enter. So, Alpha Hunters, y'all have a great evening, and I will chat with y'all tomorrow. Take care, Alpha Hunters.